Today we're going to look at the 2013 Lexus LS-460 standard model. At the end of the video we'll also be looking at this LS-460 with the F Sport package, which costs just a wee bit more. And for those who like Lexus luxury with fuel economy, we'll be looking at the Lexus 300H hybrid at the very end of this video for a real quick peek. Now, the hottest engine in the Lexus lineup is the 4.6 liter V8 rated at 414 horsepower found in the Lexus ISF model. This is a slightly detuned version, putting out 386 horsepower and hooked to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Even though it's detuned, trust me, it's plenty quick. Gas mileage is rated at 16 in the city, 24 on the freeway. In mixed city commuting, I'm getting around 17.5. Now you might be wondering how much this costs, so we'll go over the price sticker. $71,990. Blind spot monitor with cross traffic alert, $500. All weather package, $200. Comfort package with climate comfort front seats. That means air conditioning seats. Rear sunshade, power trunk open close, $1,650. Then $1,450 for LED headlamps, $1,580 for DVD player, $150 for heated steering wheel. Yeah, that's what I need in Arizona. Curiously, cargo net, $64, trunk mat, $105. You know, with a sticker of $78,584, I would think that would be standard equipment. Curiously, those two items are not on the other Lexus model we'll be testing, which is far more money. Obviously, this car isn't cheap. The cabin is extremely well built. Dash layout has lots of goodies on it. I can't explain them all, but I can tell you all the controls are easy to reach and easy to use once you learn how. The glove box is only medium size, but it helps if you take that monster phone book size owner's manual off and put it in the trunk where it belongs. That's just taking up way too much space. Many of the functions on the Lexus is controlled by this stick here. All you do is press the menu button, then pick the item you want. Obviously we don't have time to explain it all here, but this is very easy to use once you know what you're doing. And it's a little simpler than what we get on many German cars. The rear seat area has plenty of room, so if you carry lots of passengers, they're going to be very happy. The rear trunk also has plenty of room, so if you're smuggling relatives from Mexico, I suspect they'll be happy too. The LS-460 is very pleasant to drive. The steering feels very good, responsive. The suspension is soft and comfortable. The brake pedal is very firm and responsive, although not as responsive as the F Sport that we'll be looking at later, which has a much bigger, better brake system. And the car is extremely quiet. An excellent vehicle for long trips, especially with these comfortable seats. And there's plenty of engine power when you need it. Now on a road like this is where the Lexus LS-460 really shines. You've got a very solid body structure, which means you've got a quiet interior, nice seats, an excellent sound system, and a very comfortable suspension. So even if you're not going anywhere, it's nice to take it out for a drive anyway. And so far I've been getting around 25.5 to the gallon on this road. The cornering ability of the LS is very good. However, if you're taking corners like this quite often and quite fast, you'll want to opt for the F Sport package with the adjustable suspension, which we will be reviewing after we get done with this car in the second half of the video. So stay tuned. Even on washed out dirt roads like this, the ride is very smooth and comfortable. Obviously, Lexus did a lot of work in tuning the suspension. We've got other Lexus Toyota products we've done videos on. To watch them, just punch in my name on YouTube and they'll come right up. Now we'll switch over and take a peek at the spoiler F version of the LS-460. Now if you're wondering what the F Sport package consists of, I'll read it to you. 19-inch split 10-spoke forged alloy wheels with summer tires, F Sport tuned lowered adaptive variable air suspension stabilizer bars and shock absorbers, Brembo opposed 6-piston front brake calipers with 14.8-inch ventilated disc, limited slip differential, black leather trimmed leather interior, F Sport bolstered front seats with embossed headrests, black Alcantara, whatever that is, headliner, aluminum pedals, interior trim, F Sport steering wheel with paddle shifters, F Sport exterior styling, front bumper, upper and lower grille inserts, LED fog lamps. All yours for $8,350. We also get blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert at 500, F Sport comfort package, climate control front seats, power rear sunshade, only $1,650. LED headlamps with intelligent high beams and washers, which means they turn with the steering wheel left and right, $1,450. Mark Lewis, 19 speaker with single DVD CD player, $1,580. Oh, F Sport steering wheel for free. The total comes to $86,415. I find it interesting we did not get the $64 cargo net and the $105 trunk mat like we did on the other one. I think it should be included free at this price, but oh well. Now this is the control knob for the sport suspension. You turn it left for comfort economy mode, push for normal, and turn it to the right for the sport or sport plus mode, which will show you on the screen. There's also a hide right switch, which I think according to the manual raises the suspension a bit, but doesn't tell you how much or why you would do it. It's only one page long and a few paragraphs. I can't comment on that too much, haven't used it. Okay, here I'm going to push the sport mode once. That gives engine and transmission sport programming. Push it twice, it activates the sport shocks. Or push the button, goes back to normal. That's what you get for your 8,000 bucks. And here's your eco mode or the comfort shock mode. Driving around in the comfort mode was, well, what can I say, very comfortable, but hitting speed bumps, still got to be a little careful. And in the sport mode, got a lot of pickup. Oh, another speed bump. Bump, bump. The F Sport comes with a bulletproof windscreen for dodging bullets from Al-Qaeda. I'm just kidding, it's a sunscreen. But I had to just add that in. The brakes on the standard LS-460 were very good, but the brakes on the F Sport are absolutely fantastic. These monster-sized discs stop on a dime. Well, that's what you're paying for, right? So why would someone spend $80,000 for a high-tech Japanese sedan instead of a high-tech German sedan in this price range? Well, it's like this. 5 years from now, that high-tech German car is going to be running up an awful lot of repair bills. But 10 years from now, this Lexus is still going to be running. I think that's a good reason. Now we'll take a quick look at the 300H hybrid. Now this platform comes in two modes. First you have the non-hybrid car, which is called the ES350. It has a 268 horsepower, 3.5 liter V6, rated at 21 to 31 miles per gallon. This hybrid has a 2.5 liter gasoline engine rated at 156 horsepower. It has a dual battery system giving a total of 200 horsepower output. Gas mileage is rated at 40, city 39 highway. We'll get to the road mileage figures later. Now with such a big horsepower loss, you would think this vehicle is a little bit slower than the V6 car, and you're right. 0 to 60 in just under 8 seconds versus the other car 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds. That's the bad news. But the good news is this engine pulls quite well, sort of like a diesel, because the electric motors pull up maximum torque at any RPM. So when you do hit the gas, it does have a lot of oomph. Won't pin you to the seat, but it gets the job done. Good brakes, by the way. Now, like the LS series, we have an Eco, Normal, and Sport mode. For maximum fuel economy, we can put it on Eco. Problem is, if you do that, you're going to get an air conditioning system that cuts out a little bit too much. And as you can see, with an outside temperature of 114 degrees, I'm certainly not going to do that. When you put it in the Sport mode condition, the Eco gauge changes to a tachometer for those who think you're driving a race car. Not by much. Now, when I first got this car, it showed a best miles per gallon of 37, as you see on the left. The average was 34.9, but since we had this heat wave, hybrids don't work too well in the heat. The average of my driving past couple days has been 24.9. And since refueling 200 miles ago, it comes to 27.2, which is a little bit better than the 19.5 I was getting on the V6 car. Hybrids don't like heat. If I was driving in the wintertime, these figures would be far better. But that's another video. For archives, I just took this on a 120-mile trip. About 70% freeway, 30% back winding roads. And our mileage jumped up to 34.1 miles per gallon. So I guess the vehicle is getting a reprieve here. The Hybrid 300H starts around $39,000, but loaded up with the usual goodies, mine was around $48,000. That's a lot cheaper than the LS and gets better mileage, so of these three, they're all good cars, take your pick. By the way, if you want to see a complete review of this car, bumper to bumper, covering handling, braking, interior comfort, we did this on a separate video. Just punch in my name, Chad Hare, then Lexus ES350. That's the non-hybrid version, otherwise same car. And watch the entire video for further information.